What's going on, YouTube? We are out on this glorious day, and I am out on my new 2023 Indian Scout Rogue. Yeah, I've still got my Ninja ZX6R, but my wife is getting into riding, and she wants a cruiser. She don't want a sports bike. So I've had it for about 2 weeks. I think it's got maybe 130 miles on it. 150 miles. Break-in period for this bike is 500 miles. So they want you to take it easy, not run it too hard. They want you kind of in and out of the RPMs, not staying at one speed for a long period of time. So I'm gonna do what they want. But I'll let y'all ride with me a little bit and talk about it. But I have done some research on it, and some modifications they say I need to do. One thing is the suspension. They say I need to get the piggyback suspension. It's not that rough with me. It's I'm 5'9", about 175 pounds, and it's good with me unless I hit a really hard bump. But I've got my wife on there. It gets a little rough. But they said that the Indian has a piggyback suspension that works perfect for it. The mirrors were mounted up here, you know, where they were facing up, and I didn't like the way that looked, so I turned them down. All I did, this mirror here was actually over there, flipped up, and that's all you got to do is take them apart and just switch sides. Exhaust is definitely a must. Sounds good, but it would sound so much better with the right exhaust on here. Either the Vance & Hines, they've got the Freedom Combat, which is a 2-in-1. This sounds really good. And I'm going to tell you right now, these exhausts are expensive for this bike. Whether it be a slip-on, the full exhaust. The slip-ons, the ones I've seen is anywhere from $500 to $800. And if you get the full exhaust, which is like the 2-in-1, it's not that much more. It's maybe a couple $100 more. So that Freedom Combat really looks good too. It's kind of a bigger exhaust, and you can get it to where it turns out to the side or turn down. Other than that, the bike has got plenty of power. 1100 cc. They make a conversion. You can there's a company that actually does the conversion kit for the back end, make the wider tire. I'm gonna look into it a few months, maybe a year down the road, till we get it broke in good. It's got a 19-inch wheel on the front, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 19. Alright, well, let's get this show on the road and take for a little ride. Get my Insta360 going. If y'all into moto vlogging or just like to take videos while you ride, the Insta360 is a very good camera. And I also use the GoPro for my moto vlogging. But if you want some good views as far as the 360 view, Insta360 is the best. The bike is very smooth when it comes into shifting, just the way it runs, idles. Now given you put the exhaust on here, you're gonna have a little more vibration. And they recommend not going over like 3,500 RPM while you ride. So I think at 70 miles an hour, you're close to 3,500, and that's where you kind of want to stay. You're shifting, you know, try not to go for 3,500, about 3,000, shift out, you're good. Love the way the handlebars are positioned. You can adjust them for some of you guys that are shorter, men or women that ride. You can adjust it here. Just loosen them 4 Allen head screws up, bolts right there. And you also can adjust your suspension to make it a little stiffer, softer, but you know, you make it a little softer, it means that it's going to compress a little more and it's going to make it ride a little rougher. So and this is just for looks. It's not going to deflect anything. It don't deflect the wind. If a rock pops up, something, it's more going to deflect it towards your helmet or whatever right here, you know, the way it's positioned as low as it is. But Indian offers a lot for this bike. You can go on their website and you can get just about anything you want from this bike. The bike comes with a single seat, and I ordered a passenger seat, which is the whole seat. I think it's called not the Saddleman seat. Can't quite remember, but it's on their site. You'll have to order passenger foot pegs for it. And for the passenger rider to really ride comfortable back there, you need a sissy bar. A sissy bar with a pad. That way they can kind of lean back. Me and my wife has rode, and she felt herself kind of sliding back a little bit, so she had to scoot back up. With this being a cruiser, I feel any passenger should be able to sit back there comfortably and wouldn't have to worry about sliding any. Bike is water cooled, so you don't have to worry about sitting at a red light and worry about anything overheating, which nowadays the technology in these bikes, you know, they ain't gonna let these bikes overheat. Quite a few people ride these big cities with a lot of red lights. I'm from Mississippi. This Mississippi heat is, wow, when it gets hot, it gets hot. Kind of went over 3,500 RPM, but I don't like riding beside 18-wheeler. I try to get on around him. Like I said, if y'all can see, I'm running probably about 75 right there. That's 3650. It's not gonna hurt the bike. They, you know, they recommend you not to. You know, some other people say that, hey, you ride it like you're gonna ride it every day. You know, the bike ain't gonna tear up. But they just say if you take it easy for the first 500 miles, that it will, the motor will, I guess you could say, last longer. You'll have less issues, but this is Indian, come on, man. You can't have that many issues. The bike is belt driven. This is actually my first belt driven bike. Then again, I grew up, my first bike was a 83 Kawasaki 750 Vulcan. So it was a cruiser, it was a big cruiser. But I always wanted a sports bike, cross rocket. And that's what I went out and got. Kind of tried to get my wife to get one too. So we'd have matching bikes, but she went the right direction. This is the perfect first bike for her. There's no kind of modes. It does not have cruise control. There's a company called MC Cruise that actually does an electronic cruise control. It's none of that lock, throttle lock, or none of that. I haven't done my research on it yet, but I've watched a couple of videos where a guy talked about it, and it's a little time consuming getting everything hooked up. But it acts just like a regular electronic cruise control, you know. And I think any of these newer bikes like this, especially this bike, you know, you think it'd have cruise control. See, that was a hard bump. That hurt a little bit. foot pegs. Foot pegs are good. I wish there was a little more to them. You know, like a foot board. Something I feel a little more comfortable by resting my foot on it, because it does catch a lot of wind. And they also make a, I guess it'd be like the frame protection bar that goes on the front. And you can actually hook some more pegs to it to where you kind of stretch out, you know. Definitely rides good, and I am very, very satisfied with it. This bike is well manufactured. All the components on it is made from good material. I haven't checked the speedometer on this bike. I know a lot of bikes are the speedometer's off, and most of them is anywhere from 3 to 5 miles an hour. And it seems like I'm doing 75 on the speedometer, and cars are steadily passing me, so it must not be right. I know on my ZS6R, my speedometer is 5 miles an hour off, and I'm actually going slower than what my speedometer says. I had to get it up just a little bit. That's just me. That little bit ain't gonna hurt it. Yeah, turning, anything like that, man, it's just so smooth. It's well balanced. Don't know exactly how much the bike weighs, but it's light. And it sits low to the ground as far as your seat, so you got good stability when you put your feet down. Got very good brakes on it. I don't get in the habit of using my front brake a lot, because that could be dangerous. You know, out of habit, you get into a situation and you hit that front brake real hard and it will get away from it, it'll throw you. Oh shit. Well, y'all just witnessed that. Can't take sharp turns with it. said, I'm still trying to get used to riding this bike from riding my my sports bike. You know, we don't have that problem. We could just about lay that thing down on the side, it'll take a curve. I'll do another review after my break-in period, and I ride it for a couple weeks to a month and let y'all know how it's doing from there. Plus I'll do some more mods to it. Hopefully I'll have my exhaust by then. I can do a video on the exhaust. And I'm still shopping. I'm still looking at all the mods for this bike. And another thing, when you get your exhaust, you know, they got the stage 1 intake kit for these bikes, and you can also purchase that through Indian. And it is recommended. And Indian stands beside it. They're okay. It does not void the warranty. So as long as you get an exhaust, you get the stage 1, and you let a dealer, a licensed dealer through Indian certified, let them install it, then it won't void the warranty. Well, I hope y'all have enjoyed this little ride, this video. I will be putting out some more content real soon. Y'all just keep a lookout. Y'all subscribe to my channel. If you hit the subscribe, you will get notified of any video I put out. It does not cost a thing. Just click that subscribe button and you're good. So y'all have a wonderful day, and until next time.
Now we all fall down sometimes, yeah.